story time. So I've been sharing with you guys about, at the beginning of this year, my family and I had to experience homelessness. And what I want to share now about my story is the opportunity that I received after I got housed. Well, it was like I received the opportunity to be a paid actor on a social media platform. And I got to go to, I got to go out of town while I was still homeless to go do training for this job. And I'm amongst these top creators, right? Yeah. All right, go ahead, baby. And what I started to pay attention to, because these top creators are showing me what they really need for me to do once I get back to the Midwest where I'm from, in order to be able to do this job, right? It's like, you're going to make thousands and sometimes millions of dollars. So, this is what you need to do. And of course, I'm homeless. So I get back into town after training. All right, stop right there. And our housing situation changed immediately, like 48 hours after. And I kind of knew that the homeless journey was going to come to an end, which it did. And now we're housed. And I'm doing all the work that they're asking of me. This company, this acting role. All right, there you go. And go ahead. You can walk all the way until we get to that sign. I'm walking with my son. And every time I'm meeting with my managers, who are part of the top creators, they're making so much money, they get called out for making so much money. Every time I meet with them, they are really, really unhappy. They are trying to avoid having a mental breakdown. They are not eating well, not sleeping well, because they have been consumed by the gluttony of greed. So every time we get in a meeting, I'm just natural sunshine. That's my light. That's who I am. Okay, stop right there. And my light and my sunny disposition is irritating them, because they're like, you're not a top creator. You're not working hard enough. And what I took away from that situation is that most people who want to be rich beyond means, they are partly insane. They have lost their souls. They have no spirit, because all they want is money to validate them. So communication breaks down over the past couple of months. Every time it's a new person joining our team, and she has a lot of experience being in mainstream media, being in movies, and she's trying to do this job, right? But what they're asking of her, and plus, they don't have the time to invest in us who need the help and guidance, even though they're supposed to be our managers, because they're still greedy. Her asking for help seems like she wants her hand held. No, they were just so rude and crude and ornery because they had the spirit of gluttony. And obviously, with all the money that they had coming in, stay right there. Stay right there. Draxton, stay right there. With all the money they had coming in, it still was not making them happy. So our final meeting before I left, I had a side meeting with the new lady who's a good actress. And she shared that, she doesn't know how to connect with her audience. And then she shared that she's now a widow. And she started to break down. And the way that I've connected with people on social platforms is by authenticity. And I told her, I said, you need to build community. You need to build community around what you have been through. And she was like, you're right. So then we get in a meeting. So we get in a meeting, right? And this actress that's joining us, she starts to share about her husband, her late departed husband, dearly departed. And it makes the two managers, it makes one of them break down because they're so numb and so greedy that they haven't even taken the proper time to grieve a loved one being lost. Like that's how that spirit of gluttony will get you if you allow it. And when she went through her human emotion and connected with the manager wanted the floor to cry, right? And to have empathy, because it has to come out. It has to come out. You cannot snowball grief. You have to feel all of your emotions, acknowledge them, and heal. But people who are greedy and have that gluttony spirit, they don't know how to do that. So she's trying to have the floor for her emotions, and this beautiful widowed actress is not done talking, because all we do in these meetings is listen to them because they're the top creators. So she didn't want to give her the floor. And while she was in the middle of talking, she was giving me praise for giving her guidance on how to connect with an audience, and that pissed these top creators off. I mean, they got mad. And I'm like, oh, you're welcome, dear. I'm just sharing with you what has been working for me. And then in an instance, the disrespect just got so huge. And where am I going with this story? The moral of the story is, allow love, compassion, integrity, and trust to be inhabited in your space more, way more than greed, gluttony, fear, trauma. Because all of those things that you allow dictates your behavior on how you treat others. And once you're gone from this place, this earthly realm, all of the karma of the seeds that you have sown, they come back for you. So, really, what are you chasing? What are you chasing in this world? Are you chasing gluttony? Are you so numb that you don't want to deal with your trauma? Are you so riddled with fear that you are afraid to grow? We all have a choice. I choose to live in love. I choose to live with empathy. I choose to live with compassion. And I choose my light and not my dark. What are you choosing?